Hey everybody, this is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys. Hopefully you're all having an awesome day today. Today's video, we're going to be covering some articles about AI and how it relates to the cybersecurity world. What's people saying out there about AI? What are their predictions about AI? And what do they think attackers will be doing with AI, etc., etc. Before we get into it, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell if you're enjoying what you see. Share the video with your family, friends, etc., etc. All that good stuff helps out the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, first article is from Bleeping Computer here. It says UK says AI will empower ransomware over the next 2 years. Now, I'm not going to read through everything line by line. We're going to skim through here, highlight some important pieces. You know how it goes. Now, I'll have the links posted in the description area if you want to go and read the articles yourself. But let's go ahead and scroll down here. It says the United Kingdom's National Cybersecurity Center, NCSC, warns that artificial intelligence AI tools will have an adverse near-term impact on cybersecurity, helping escalate the threat of ransomware. Says the agency says cybercriminals already use AI for various purposes, and the phenomenon is expected to worsen over the next 2 years, helping increase the volume and severity of cyber attacks. The NCSC believes that AI will enable inexperienced threat actors, hackers for hire, and low-skilled hacktivists to conduct more effective, tailored attacks that would otherwise require significant time, technical knowledge, and operational effort. Most available large learning models, LLM platforms such as ChatGPT, Bing Chat, yada yada yada, safeguards prevent platforms from creating malicious content. Now, I have briefly gone over AI stuff before, or mentioned it before, and this was only a matter of time. You know, the cyber criminals were going to eventually start looking into AI and how they can use it to take advantage of other organizations or take advantage of victim organizations, you know, improve their operational capabilities, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm pretty sure these cyber criminals are going to be putting a lot of effort into their R&D department when it comes to AI and improving their tools and TTPs. So let's continue on here. Since threat actors, including ransomware actors, are already using AI to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of aspects of cyber operations such as reconnaissance, phishing, and coding, warns the NCSC in a separate threat assessment. This trend will almost certainly continue to 2025 and beyond. Of course, it's probably here to stay. I mean, I don't see AI going anywhere anytime soon. It's just going to get better and better, more efficient. The report notes that AI's role in the cyber risk landscape is expected to be evolutionary, enhancing existing threats rather than transforming. And it's got some key points here highlighted from their assessments. AI will likely intensify cyber attacks in the next 2 years, particularly through the evolution of current tactics. Both skilled and less skilled cyber threat actors, including state and non-state entities, are currently utilizing AI. AI enhances reconnaissance and social engineering, making them more effective and difficult to detect. All right, you guys can read the rest there. Be sure to pause the video if you want to. And it's got a little fancy screenshot of some things down here. It says the table below summarizes the effects AI is expected to have on specific threat areas for 3 skill levels. All right, so be sure to pause the video, check this out, or go to the article yourself and um, read through there. And let's see if they have anything else here that we want to take a look at here. It says AI has the potential to generate malware that could evade detection by current security filters, but only if it is trained on quality exploit data, explains NCSC. There is a realistic possibility that highly capable states have repositories of malware that are large enough to effectively train an AI model for this purpose. It's probably true. And you better bet your bottom dollar the United States government is looking into AI and how we can use that to our advantage. All right. I mean, every nation state is going to be looking into AI and how they can apply AI to improve their capabilities in cyber warfare, in the cyber streets, whatever we want to call it. All right. Okay, next article is from Data Breach Today. It says North Korean hackers using AI in advanced cyber attacks. U.S.-led sanctions do little to curtail North Korea's development of AI. I mean, come on now. We've been doing all kinds of sanctions against the North Korean government, and it's not going to stop these guys. These guys are very determined to improve their capabilities. All right, let's see what it says here. South Korea's intelligence agency reported Wednesday that North Korean hackers are using generative AI technology to conduct sophisticated cyber attacks and identify hacking targets. North Korean hackers are using generative AI to find hacking targets and technologies needed for hacking, the official told the Yonhap news agency. The National Intelligence Service announced its cyber threat outlook for 2024 on Thursday, highlighting the use of generative AI by cybercriminals for phishing and voice phishing, known as phishing, which involves posing as recognized companies or individuals over the phone to deceive victims. And I can absolutely see that becoming more and more commonplace, phishing attacks utilizing AI. All right, you already know that we can clone individuals like voices and such, and then use that to our advantage, right? Just go and do some research on voice phishing and voice cloning, what have you. And I can see them doing that. Let's say they want to target a company. Well, okay, let's go ahead and check out all the high-level executives. Let's go to LinkedIn and do some OSINT, right? Okay, let's pretend to be the CEO, CFO, whatever, right? And then somehow they manage to capture their voice, and then they can in turn use their voice with AI to create some kind of predetermined text or whatever, and then send that over to the help desk and trick help desk into giving over the goods, basically. Basically helping them provide access to their organization. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Says the agency also warned of potential North Korean efforts to disrupt infrastructure and public services, spread disinformation, and influence elections through hacking. And we'll probably see a lot of that this year. I mean, this year is an election year in the United States, so it's going to be a lot of disinformation coming out, a lot of influence for the elections, yada, yada, yada. There's actually an article we're going to take a look at that's going to be talking about this. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. It says the official reported that in 2023, 80% of hacking attempts on South Korea's public sector were by North Korean hackers, mainly targeting valuable intellectual property. And that's no shocker there, targeting intellectual property. Well, they got all these sanctions against them. Okay, well, they got to find some way to improve the capabilities, right? Well, a developed nation that doesn't have as many sanctions against them are able to, create some super duper new thing. Let's save us the legwork and just hack into the organization, steal the secret sauce, and then reverse engineer it or apply it to whatever we have going on already. So let's go ahead and continue on here. It says North Korea's advanced AI and R&D program. The National Intelligence Service warned that North Korea's AI capabilities could lead to more severe and targeted attacks in 2024. The study of 38 North revealed North Korea's mature AI ecosystem, in which government and private entities have advanced machine learning skills. North Korea used AI tools during the C-19 pandemic to monitor mass compliance and track system detection. Its agencies have also applied pattern optimization in nuclear and war game simulations, yada yada yada. North Korea private organizations claim to have incorporated deep neural network technology and security surveillance systems and intelligence IP cameras and use it to enable fingerprint, voice, facial, and text recognition on mobile phones. And I can see that. I mean, North Korea is highly surveillance driven, you know, place to be, right? They're monitoring everything that's going on, monitoring whatever everything that the citizens are pretty much doing out there. And I'm pretty sure they are working with China to help out their capabilities, even though it doesn't state that here. We can probably safely assume they're working with China on some aspect. Maybe China's even using North Korea as a case study or something when it comes to AI and cybersecurity warfare capabilities. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. It says Kim Hayek, the study's author, said North Korea's comprehensive AI slash ML, which is machine learning development strategy, spans government, academic, and commercial sectors. North Korea has demonstrated a comprehensive approach to developing its AI slash ML capabilities across sectors, he said. Says North Korea's AI efforts date back to the 1990s in areas such as weather forecasting and hydro turbine monitoring. The country established the Artificial Intelligence Research Institute in 2013, and numerous universities followed suit conducting AI and ML research. So, according to this, North Korea's already been in the AI game or machine learning game for a long time. Or, I mean, come on now. Let's see. Regime resilient to sanctions. Despite U.S.-led sanctions limiting North Korea's global AI technology adoption, Hayek said the regime is collaborating with Chinese institutions to develop AI for military use. Now, didn't I just say something about that? They're working with Chinese government, and there you go. And it says for military use, so that should be pretty interesting. Maybe they're going to be the first place to develop, Skynet or whatever. But as we'll see here in the coming years, right? North Korea's AI collaborations pose risks to the sanctions regime. The conversion of civilian AI into military applications, particularly in cloud computing environments, is concerning. Hayek warned international conferences might also be exploited by North Korea for technical assistance. Western governments are aware of North Korea's AI-driven cyber attack capabilities. U.S. Deputy National Security Advisor Ann Neuberger said of North Korea's efforts to use AI for malicious purposes. We observed some North Korean and other nation-state criminal actors try to use AI models to help accelerate writing malicious software and finding systems to exploit. She said, adding that the U.S. is spearheading efforts to leverage AI to bolster its cyber defense capabilities. Like I said, it's basically an arms race when it comes to nation states and AI and cyber warfare. All right, so this is nothing surprising. I mean, this was going to be coming sooner or later. So let's see who gets there first, and let's see who has the best capabilities when it comes to AI and cyber space. All right, it says a study by the Korea Economic Institute of America in 2022 suggests that North Korea plans to enhance its cyber attacks and defenses with AI. It says the country has devoted vast resources to research the latest technologies and create large scale cyber units within its military. I believe these guys already have a large scale cyber unit in their military. I think North Korea and also China has a big group that does this. All they do is like hack all day. So that would be extremely interesting to see how that plays out. I'm only going to try to pronounce that. Human conducted cyber attacks have been quite effective to date. There are nonetheless some good reasons to think that in the future it may seek to incorporate AI in its offensive cyber operations, especially if its targets begin to degrade the effectiveness of cyber attacks by adopting AI enabled anomaly detection, the study says. All right, so this will be interesting to see how nation states adapt AI into their cyber capabilities. Now let's jump over to the next article. It talks about AI and disinformation. Okay, this last article is from Data Breach Today. It says AI disinformation likely a daily threat this election year. Disinformation campaigns could have real world impact as 50 countries host polls. And as I stated earlier, the US elections are this year, so expect to see a lot of disinformation on social media. So just be prepared. And let's get down to it. It says bad actors will disseminate artificial intelligence crafted misinformation on a daily basis by the summer, predicts researchers from George Washington University who constructed a mathematical model to forecast the rise of propaganda on social media platforms during a record election year. All right, it says elections being held in more than 50 countries, including US, UK, India. Researchers warn what is touted as first of its kind quantitative analysis of how bad actors will misuse AI globally. Researchers investigated data taken from two historical technologically similar cybersecurity incidents that involved manipulation of online electronic information systems to extrapolate the frequency of attacks and examine them in the context of current technological progress of AI. The study was published just days after authorities in New Hampshire initiated an investigation into robocalls mimicking the voice of U.S. President Joe Biden that apparently had been generated by AI. The robocalls were an attempt to suppress voter turnout in a Tuesday primary election. Now, didn't I say something about people or bad guys using or misusing this AI to clone voices and such? And this is another example of them doing that. Let's see here. ChatGPT maker OpenAI has announced steps the company is taking to deter the malicious use of models in 2024 U.S. election, but GW researchers said actors need only use basic large language models to manipulate and bias information on social media platforms, not the more advanced chat or GPT-3 or GPT-4 models, which have more guardrails. And there's so many more out here that you can use. There's so many alternatives to ChatGPT. I'm sure that's what they're talking about here, that don't have these security measures built into them. So the attackers are just going to go there and use those. I mean, it just makes sense. Now, all right, let's continue on here. Neil Johnson, lead study author and professor at the university, emphasized the significance of the researcher's scientific approach. You cannot win a battle without a map of the battlefield, but nobody has one, Johnson told Information Security Media Group. Let's see here. Battlefields the bad actors thrive in are online communities, including social media platforms, large and small, with an ecosystem of more than 1 billion individuals and potential targets, the report said. Now, social media, you always have to be careful on there. People are always spreading, a bunch of junk on there without verifying sources, or they're just spreading nonsense basically. And it's going to be real bad when it comes to disinformation this year, especially if threat actors are expected to be using AI to assist them in spreading disinformation on social media. It's going to be freaking crazy. That's what I'm expecting. All right, let's go down here. Assumption is that large social media platforms such as X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook are the key players, but that is misguided, Johnson said. Instead, there is a huge number of small social media platforms that connect people to larger platforms. This is really important since it means that it doesn't matter much what the European Union and other governments force major platforms like Facebook and X to do. They are missing the elephant in the room, the strong web of smaller platforms that are connected into these larger platforms and keep the bad actor battlefield strong. See, researchers were amazed that major players such as Facebook, X, and YouTube did not necessarily understand the information pathways feeding into their platforms. This explains why their efforts to deal with harmful content have and will be so ineffective. I mean, come on now. If the bad guys want to get this misinformation out, they're going to find ways to do it. Whether it be on these top social media platforms or the smaller ones they're talking about here, they're going to get that misinformation out there. All right, they're going to find a way to accomplish their goals in the end. Says the threat is especially dire since criminals don't need advanced GPT systems to manipulate information. The basic model will do. They already said that above. Even before OpenAI released GPT-3 and 4 AI forecast that by 2026, 90% of online content would be generated by machines without human intervention. That's kind of scary right there. Let's see here. And instead of removing specific pieces of content, social media companies should deploy widespread tactics and coordinate activity to eliminate the threat, the report said. Though everyone assumes that governments and platforms focus on getting rid of this bad actor activity, the better approach is containment. It will be see misinformation on steroids since AI doesn't have to sleep, eat, or take breaks. It works 24/7. And yeah, it's probably gonna get a lot worse. Like I said earlier, as AI capabilities develop, of course, it's going to be used by threat actors, and their capabilities are probably going to improve when it comes to that. And we'll see how it goes in the next few years. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit that like button on the video, hit that subscribe button. A lot of people are not subscribed here. I would like if you would subscribe so you can see more of this good content coming out, and hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a video. Share the video if you choose to do so. Comment below your thoughts and opinions on the information shared, all that good stuff. As always, thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to watch my video, and hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll see you later.